I'm Leonila F. I specialize in the care for children with arthritis and rheumatic disease. I'm also a clinical epidemiologist. I specialize in doing my own medical research. And I'm also a teacher, and I teach both pediatric rheumatology and clinical epidemiology. Pediatric rheumatology is a field of study for the care and diagnosis of children with arthritis and with rheumatic conditions. If these conditions were unrecognized, children with arthritis can end up disabled or even deformed or even bedridden. So early treatment is quite needed for this kind of illness. Examples of rheumatic diseases would be lupus, rheumatic disease, rheumatic fever, and even juvenile idiopathic arthritis. Clinical epidemiology is a basic science in medicine. It is about learning how to do your own medical research, but it's also learning the strengths and weaknesses of research from others. With clinical epidemiology, the skills that you will learn there, you will be able to discern the limitations and strength. You will be able to identify what diagnostic test or what treatment is right for your patient, and not just get this information from social media or fake news. In the 80s, it was a growing concern that research has to be learned by medical professionals or healthcare professionals to improve diagnosis and care of patients. So at the time, there were only a handful of clinical epidemiologists, and we felt that there was a need to train more so that we can also train our medical students in this basic field. So what we decided is to start the program here at the University of the Philippines, and with that program, we were able to produce more clinical epidemiologists, not only in the Philippines, but also in the neighboring countries. The path I have chosen is actually quite unique and rare because at the start, nobody was really into this field, especially in pediatric rheumatology. So I decided to make my own program under the guidance of Dr. Clemente Amante. And it's good enough that the university leaders were able to recognize the need to advance this field, supported me in my advocacy, and allowed me to continue taking the course. So after I took up the pediatric rheumatology and graduated from that, I decided that I should train more pediatric rheumatologists, and therefore I developed a curriculum so I can train others. Well, if you're introducing something new, people are not familiar with it, something like change in the way they think, the big challenge is going against people who feel threatened by the new things that you are introducing. A big challenge also is considering that some would think of researchers as not good clinicians. So at the start, we have to show that you need this knowledge, you need this skill to be able to provide better care for our patients. Pandemic has actually shown the world that health is very important in our lives. But it has also highlighted the fact that there is a new plague that is coming. And we are so engrossed with this new plague called infodemic. Infodemic is defined as the rapid spread of misinformation and fake news. We want to highlight the fact also that scientists, evidence-based practitioners, researchers, and clinical epidemiologists are actually guardians of this truth because they provide us with scientific data, scientific evidence to support our medical decisions. And they are hardly recognized, but we know that the scientists, the clinical epidemiologists provide us with good response to the pandemic. And we want to make sure that our scientists are protected. They have been maligned by a few politicians and even some media people who support fake news, conspiracy theories. But the scientists, they are the ones who will make sure that the world is ready for the future, and when the truth becomes the standard and the lies will find it difficult to spread eventually.